Good evening, everyone. Hope you guys are all well. Just doing a quick video in relation to standard deviation. I've been receiving quite a few questions with regards to standard deviation and how to use it on TradingView. To start off with, I just wanted to briefly explain what standard deviation is. You can simply do that by using our YouTube. Just type in understanding standard deviation trading. This chap explains it relatively well. Just to recap, standard deviation is basically a probability curve. As you can see here, this is a curve. And whenever price comes out or goes within the extremes of -1, -2, -3, it always tends to come back towards the zero, which is the mean, as well as +1, +2, +3, always tends to bounce back towards the mean. Now, if price comes to the extreme of -1, +1, there's 68% chance of price going back into the mean again. If price hits the extreme level of -2 and +2, there's 95% chance of price pushing back towards the mean. And simply, if price pushes even further out towards -3, 99.7% chance of price pushing back towards the mean. So that's just a brief explanation there. In order for you to use it, you click on indicators. Make sure your time frame is set to a daily time frame. You go into public library. You type in STD DEV. And you click on this indicator here, STD DEV indicator by WPAT 197. You can add that into your favorites by clicking the star button on the left hand side. We will simply click on it. Now you'll see the indicator appearing at the bottom here. What these red and green lines are, these are extremes, extreme levels. As you can see, if you go back in time using the daily time frame, you can see whenever price touched these extreme levels around here, this one touched the +3. This was around +3.4. What did price do? Push all the way down towards the mean. Extreme level here again, push back down towards the mean. How Kevin actually has set his one up on his Think or Swim platform, we can simply use it by using the daily time frame and making sure our settings is set. So you click on settings, go into style, make sure it's set on the medium term, okay, and leave everything as it is. So make sure that this button here, medium term, is clicked or ticked. So now what you could do is start off with the 0 line. So click on your horizontal tool, place it anywhere around here, then double click on that. Then you can set your price at 0, which is just there. We'll change the style a bit. We'll change that into a blue, and that's our dashed line. So that's our 0 line. So this is our 0 line. You can see here, when did it touch the 0 mark? When did it recently touch the 0 mark? We'll use our vertical tool. It recently touched the 0 mark around here. So wherever price touches our vertical line, you can say the 0 mark is right there. So that's our 0 mark. The middle of that daily candle there, that's our 0 mark. As you can see, price pushed up from there, and now it's headed towards the +1. 68% chance of it pushing towards the mean, or it could potentially push even further out. So we'll be looking for rejections anywhere around here. If this mark or this +1 breaks, it's going to continue to push up towards +2. So let's mark our +1 area. So click on another line, make another line. So once you've set this, this should automatically appear. So coordinates +1. There you go, there's our +1. Click on another line for +2. There's our +2 and +3. And we'll do the same thing for minus, -1, -2, -3. So -1 is just there, -1, -2, and -3. And there we have it. We have our zones within our levels. We have our levels, sorry, at +3, +2, +1, 0, which is the dashed line, -1, -2, -3. During high to extreme low volatility, you can see here price pushed all the way down towards even -6. Great area to have started to long or place your longs from here to get that retracement or that impulse move all the way back up again. So yeah, I hope I've explained it relatively well. If you've got any further questions, feel free to ask myself or Kevin. But this is how Kevin sets it up using his Think or Swim platform. The nearest to how we can set it up on TradingView is using the daily time frame and placing our levels and looking for where the 0, +1, +2, -3, -2, -1 levels are. So you can plot that on your charts. So +1 is just here, as you can see, +1 has been touched or tapped. So we'll mark that one off as +1. +1 deviation. +2 is back in 2019. So you can see price has just been up and down, +1 and -1 for GE for quite some time. So +1 was back in 17th of December. So we'll mark that one off, middle of the candle, +2. Deviation. -1 was, where was it? -1 was around here. See, price touched it there. To the center of that one. -1. -1 deviation. And we look for -2. Just there. That's similar to -1 as well. Let's just have another look now. Yes, it is. It's similar to -2. We'll zoom out a bit more. We'll look for -2. Which is just here. So -2 is quite close to -1. And -3 is the center of this one. So -1, -2, -3, they're relatively close. Hence the reason why price just sitting close to or rebounding or off -1 all the time for GU. -3 deviation. -1, -2, -3 is relatively low. Yeah, so that's not too bad. We've set that one up pretty well. +2, +1, +2. Let's look for +3. +3 is here. So we'll mark that one off as well, which is the center of this candle right there, +3. +3 deviation. You can also use their tool. If you click on settings again, it's got different bar colors at 0, color 1, color 2, color 3. So whenever price touches, say for example, +3, like it did over here, you can see it's actually colored it pink. And whenever it touched +1, you can change that into, I don't know, yellow if you want. And you can see whenever price touched standard deviation 1, which is around here, it turned yellow. So you can use their color coding system as well, just to be on the safe side. So +1 was around here, as you can see. -1, -2, -3. So you can see that as well. -3 is around here as well as here. So yeah, I think it's more accurate. It works best if you use the horizontal lines rather than the color codes. But if you want to, you can also use the color codes just to be on the safe side. I hope I've explained this relatively well. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask myself or Kevin, and we'll try our best to get back to you. And that's standard deviation 0. So thanks once again. And yeah, I hope you guys found this video useful. Feel free to DM me if you've got any questions. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.